This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. Also moving down is Apple. So they're going to price hike regardless of falling inflation in the future. And right now their input prices and all that jazz. But this is a really nice bear flag that I've already warned about. And I know folks were very excited. Higher prices usually mean you buy the stock, but not in this case. They've already done their amazing run into this fib extension level of 161.8, which I gave about 316, 317, and it hit here for 3 weeks before the Siri conference bomb and just basically shuffling out of Mag7 to buy chips. So this came down to the 10-week, had a little bounce. I said, I don't trust it. It would have to get and stay above 300. It could not last week, and obviously not this week. And then I had on the intraday this nice little bear flag, and boom, my price target of 285 is coming into view. So we got a few things that obviously are working. The Apple short, and that's what I'm talking about. Apple announced a large device price increase this morning. That's what I'm talking about. And then I do not see anything within the Mag7 as being bullish. This is Meta, bye-bye, Google, Amazon, it doesn't matter. Remember Amazon price target, if it breaks 233, it's going to head down to 214. Mag7 continues to be in distribution. These are fabulous shorts. We have Mag7 breaking down back into this black line, which is basically September 2025 support. So remember, that was the end of March. So we got April, May, and then in June 1st, dispersion unwind, and a little bounce last week, but very, very, very small, and then dumped. So semis over software, and then obviously anything else over Mag7. So we've got a very strong monthly candle that's coming in distribution for Mag7. Again, that's net weighted, and this is a cap weighted. It doesn't matter either way. You can see your tailwind for your shorts in the Mag7 arena are nice. So you got Amazon, beautiful dump, and this was already sized that up. We've got 214 coming in. Apple, beautiful dump, just exactly hit my 285, and that's also monthly support. Does it mean it's done? No, but it's a price target for short duration shorts. We've already talked about Meta, right back down into the prior 543 area with room to go. We've talked about Netflix. It's not part of Mag7, but you know I still have, I'm laser focused on that 70, and Spotify and Palantir and Tesla. Oh my. So all of this Mag7 distribution is a fabulous continuation short. I know I'm missing a few, but you know, I kind of gave up on even showing the stuff that's very obvious, which is the Microsofts of the world. So we need some bottoming out in this sector, which is Mag7 and Mag10. I don't care which one to call it. NVIDIA, yes, part of the Mag7. Beautiful, beautiful short at that 212. Remember Rain Man stint that I do often? It has to stay below on a weekly 212, 212, 212, 212, 212, and boom. So we're right down to 195.62, which as you can see is intraday support, daily support, and weekly support. They have something in common, don't they? But it doesn't mean it's done. It just means that's a fabulous short trigger consolidation area where could have some put monetization. No guarantee. I have shorts that I give you, right? So I gave you 285. Did it stay at 285? Absolutely not. Boom, right through it. Is NVIDIA likely going to take out 195.62? It is. It is taking it out. Did Amazon bounce at the 200-day? And I said, but I still see it heading down to 214, and now it's below the 200-day? Yeah, that. So sometimes you need to have a little bit more flexibility and time into your options. So maybe not a weekly, maybe a monthly. Oh, it's such a strong head and shoulders formation for the Nasdaq Composite. I'm just saying, we may not get a bounce right now. That is a very strong head and shoulders formation for Nasdaq Composite, COMPQX. It's the bigger one. And if I put this on a big time frame, you can see how we got above on a monthly, this 24,000 roughly. And then last month, May, we hit a high of 27,000 roughly. And then this month, we literally are in the process of forming a bearish engulfing. Look at that. That's a reversal candle. So, yep, prior month taken out. Guess what? We got some selling. We're going to take out if we're going to do a proper bearish engulfing, we have to take out 24,913 on COMPQX. And that means very, very high probability we're heading down to 24,000 again. Exactly where this broke out is where we would come back. That's a high probability. Yep. So we update that. Big picture, lots and lots of wipeout candidate here on valuation concerns. Palantir head and shoulder could not get above that 161. And now it's 108, falling into potential 198. Another $10 should see a very, very strong reflexive bounce in Palantir just because it's so oversold. Apple sliced right through my 285 and is approaching 275. Look for some digestion in that area. Amazon, beautiful pullback right into that trend line, but it still has a gap fill below of 214. Microsoft left for dead, OpenAI, collateral damage. All right, so this is a bigger time frame, okay? This is a bigger time frame. NDX, or the one that I really like is this one, because the Nasdaq 100 is not as perfectly formed. Nasdaq Composite is much better to me. It's a much cleaner view. It's got almost 3,000 names in it. This is Nasdaq Composite. This has a nice head and shoulders on the weekly, and it has a nice trend line excursion. That was a fake breakout, fast failure back in November 2025. This was the rotation under the surface, also with Mag7, I might add. Then this was the breakout with AIs and AI ecosystem focus on space, solar, and semis. Now we've lost solar and space and just have semis. And now we have the Mag7 rotation again. So COMPQX is forming a head and shoulders on the weekly. A breakdown is bearish, but what within these 3,000 names have the heaviest weighting to weigh on Nasdaq Composite? It would have to get inside this 25,000 breakdown level, which is basically the neckline, and this is the high of May. So basically, we're taking out May and June. If we break 25,000, we would come back into 24,000. 24,000 also happens to be the October 2025 high before the rollover. And this huge advance, which was the ceasefire and short covering and CTA buying and vol control and AI extravaganza. So that is what I'm looking for very, very critically. Now, if it doesn't break down, it's a sign of continuation. You can have head and shoulders that are not reversal signals, but they're actually, I'm going to put this in a big, big, big green line. They can be reversal or continuation. So we don't know yet. We could just go sideways, and it negates this nice, tight head and shoulders. In other words, we've got this 1, 2, 3 left shoulder, 3 weeks of left shoulder, and then 1, 2, 3 is the head. So we could have 1, 2, we could have one more week of sideways before we break out higher or lower, but I'm on alert for sure. But anyway, Nasdaq Composite has a much better head and shoulders formation than NDX, which is just the Nasdaq 100.
Join Club to trade with Samantha. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description.